Senator Banks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bailey, I want to return to your statistics on students using AI for a moment. You said that 26% of teens use ChatGPT for schoolwork, 53% of teens use AI for homework help, 41% use AI to translate languages, 42% of teens use AI to stave off boredom. We all agree we want our kids to learn how to use AI the right way at the appropriate time. We want AI to supplement their critical thinking skills, not replace it. And we want AI to be safe. I think that's something that all of us in this room want to figure out how to do. How do we teach our kids to do that?
Well, some of that comes from, you'll hear a number of different groups talking about AI literacy. AI literacy is similar when we've had other different types of waves of technology. The No Child Left Behind Act had a requirement that students should be technology literate by the 8th grade, and some of that is understanding responsible and acceptable uses of the technology. Some of that is understanding some of the harms and also some of the benefits. I think we probably need a renewed wave of that right now. But also, we need to focus on less of kids using the general AI tools and more about how do we empower this next generation of education developers who can build appropriate safeguards around it. I mentioned Conmigo in Brisk teaching. There's others that will take some of those powerful AI capabilities, attach a lot of other safeguards around it, particularly some of the ones we were just talking about with chatbots, to help maximize some of the benefits, but also minimize some of those risks and some of those harms.
AI may be even more useful in preventing teacher burnout, something that we talk about around here a lot. Tell me more about how school systems can integrate AI into their curriculums and policies and maybe diminish teacher burnout or some of that stress.
I think this is something you've heard throughout the panel from Dr. Altman and others, that one of the most powerful ways that's not even student-facing, but just how do you take some of the drudgery and repetitive and routine tasks from a teacher that are administrative, that take them away from spending more time with students, and how can you use AI either as a teacher's assistant to help teachers with developing those materials, those lesson plans, helping brainstorm how to help a struggling student, but anything that frees up more teacher time to reinvest in students, that's a win for students. And again, that's human connection, not just using AI with the students there.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Dr. Shore, I think we all agree that the federal government's trade adjustment assistance to workers who lost their jobs in the 1990s and 2000s was not very effective. Billions of dollars were spent, and yet not very many workers actually got jobs that were as good as the jobs that they lost. Why do you think that is?
I think the main reason is that what was happening was higher paying jobs in the industrial Midwest, particularly, but industrialized areas were being destroyed, and the kinds of jobs that were being created were much more lower wage jobs, worse jobs in other parts of the country. And so money doesn't solve that problem. Retraining doesn't really solve that problem. It's a structural problem in what was happening in terms of jobs in the economy.
Do you think poor data quality or bad economic assumptions had anything to do with that as well?
I think less data and more, I think the bad economic assumptions were in part the idea, first of all, that the jobs would be as good, and second, that people would move to the jobs. And that was sort of the dominant, economist dominant view, is that people should move to where the jobs are. And I think, we can see by the devastation that has occurred in many parts of the economy as a result of all that job loss, that that's not a great solution. Can I just say one other thing about the parent empowerment and pushing AI in the schools? Because I think there is some contradiction there. Also, as a parent, the idea that schools are providing a technology that I don't want my children to have, I think we really need to think about how those two things relate to each other. Thank you.
I've only got a couple of seconds left. I'm working on a bill, and since a few of my colleagues are here to hear me talk about it, who might steal it and take it away from me, I'm calling the bill the AI Workforce Prepare Act to improve the Labor Department's ability to forecast and modernize the census's data collection so that programs that prepare workers to adapt to AI will be more effective. Do you have any feedback on that for me? Any advice?
No, I do think, though, that the companies are going to need to do more on training, because one of the things that's happening is they really aren't doing all that much AI training at the moment.
Maybe I'll come see you soon and we'll talk more about it. Thank you to all of you. I yield back.